What's up, Jonathan? Well, I am so glad to hear that, Jerry Ann. Uh, I'm just going to try to get this. I'm going to leave it right there. Right there. That looks good to me. I guess this one is called Emptiness. You know, that's not a bad idea, conservative. Considering I did see one with a banana taped to it that sold for in the millions. I wonder what emptiness would bring. You may be on to something there, buddy. I'll have to remember that. Emptiness. What are you painting tonight? Hey, Isaac, how you? Well, Mr. Conservative said we're done already. He called this emptiness. So I thought we'd just sit here and stare at it and admire its beauty. Emptiness. And then we'll have an auction. We'll sell it to the highest bidder. So who wants to start the bidding? And just remember now, the one with the banana on it went up in the millions. And I'm not necessarily looking for millions here, but you know, if we hit the $250,000 mark or something, I won't be too bad. $100. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, it ain't gotta get much higher than that, buddy. All right, let me stop clowning. Thank y'all for being here. Uh-oh, Isaac has outbidded you. What I have here, seriously now, is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and I've already covered it tonight with a thin, even coat of liquid clear. It is not liquid white tonight, it's liquid clear. And that is probably what had conservatives so confused, is that it, well, no, because it still looks white, don't it? I don't know. Hey, Coach. Thank you, sir. Oh, conservative, this is an original. There will be no reprints. This is a one-time original. I'm going to sign the back of it. It's going to be authenticated, certified, you name it. I'll send it with the certificate of authenticity. The only thing I will not do is give lessons on it. I'm not teaching anybody else how to paint this. So, I'll apologize for that right up front. Alright, it is way too early in this to be having this much fun now. But thank y'all for the laugh, because what a day I've had. Alright, tonight, what are we going to paint? Here some time ago, I attempted to do a desert scene. Now my regular viewers know the joke there. It's a joke with me and the wifey. And it seems like the past I don't know, 10 or 15 paintings I've painted that she's been in the room on. She started this thing about cactuses. She's got all the viewers hollering cactus and everything I paint now. I don't care if it's an ocean scene or what. So I thought what I'd do is just attempt to do another desert scene. 350 likes on emptiness. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come right into. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I need to tell y'all the colors, don't I? Man, I'm telling you, this day is just—it's one of them days. I've got out titanium white, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson. I got midnight black, dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, sap green, cad yellow, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, bright red. I got some orange, and I've got a new color tonight that a buddy of mine bought over. He bought me several colors, won't be able to try them in paintings. And this one is called Phthalo Red Rose. I don't know where it'll fit in this painting, but I'll give it a shot, so you never know. Whatever colors don't get used, we'll keep them for another one. But with that said, I'm going to come right up here into my cad yellow. Tap it right on the brush. Now the reason I went with clear today instead of liquid white like normal is I don't want my colors diluted. I want my colors to stay kind of original. So that way when I apply them to my canvas, the liquid white won't tone them down. They'll stay the color I want them to be. And I think with a desert scene like what we're going to try to paint here today, I think the colors would be important. So I don't have a clue what this painting's going to look like when we're done. We may want to left it emptiness. You never know. I used liquid clear tonight, Coach. All right, I just want to get some yellow up here, about like that. Then I'm going to come over here and grab some of the yellow ochre and just tap it right in the brush. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate y'all being here. All right, on the ochre, I'm going to come down here. Now I'm leaving a little white between the colors. So when I come back up here to blend everything, I have a little bit of playroom in between the colors. About like that should be good on the yellow ochre. I'll pick me up a little of the red over here now, just a little bit. I don't think we'll need a lot of the red, but I want to put a couple little streaks of red in the sky through here in a few places. Hey, let's see what this phthalo red rose looks like. Ooh, hello, phthalo red rose. Wow, that's like extremely loud. Good grief. It's almost like a lavender red. Oh my Lord. Well, it's definitely got its own voice, I'll say that. And it's talking. go ahead and clean this brush right quick. So how's everybody doing tonight? You ain't got to type long answers, I don't guess. If you want to, just say fine or not worth a flip. I'm doing pretty good, and as I progress in this painting, I'll tell y'all what happened to me last night. But I will give y'all time to answer me because I'm curious to know. I hope everybody's having a great day. Alright, all I'm doing now is grabbing some phthalo blue and a little bit of alizarin crimson. I'm just going to mix them right there on the brush. Just looking for a lavender color. Wanted to paint, but feeling lazy. Okay. Coach is feeling lazy today. That's not good. But I do understand, Coach. Hi, Karen. Karen said she is doing well. Great. I'm probably being a little too brave with this lavender because it has got blue in it, but that crimson will protect it to a degree if I don't get too crazy with it. So I need to be kind of careful here. All right. I think that should have uglied that scalp quite a bit, or at least enough. Now I'm gonna come over here and grab me a clean, dry 2-inch brush. And I just want to come right here and just real lightly go over everything at first. First thing I want to do is push some of these colors down in the painting because I want everything streaky looking. I don't want a solid looking sky today. I kind of want everything just jumbled up. That way if somebody looks at it, they'll think, who in the crap painted that? Because I'm definitely painting out of my wheelhouse again. But I ain't never going to learn if I don't step out of my boundaries sometimes, I guess. I need to knock this down a little bit up here. That's a lot of lavender staring out into the world. Now if this painting right here ends up impressing somebody to the point to where they can't live without it during this video right here, I want to point something out to you. This will be probably one of the most unique paintings I've done in a while. Hey Austin, how are you? Thank you for joining us. This one for some reason has a defect in it. It has 2 lines coming right down through here, and I was hoping them 2 lines would disappear with paint, but they're still visible. And then there's one over here, so And now this one over here is not quite as visible as these two. So with that being said, if you end up buying this particular painting, you getting a painting that not many people get to own. Thank you, Kathy. I wonder, how are you? Austin said he's doing good. He's been practicing on drawing. That's awesome. That's something I probably need to do, Austin. Because I can't draw. I cannot draw. Alright. I've got those colors kind of pushed down now, where they're not all jumbled up together. So now I'm going to pick out just a little bit, I mean a very little bit of titanium white over here. I'm going to tap it right in the brush. Thank you, Wanda, I appreciate that. I want to create up here in my sky, just across this area. I want a little light area. I want it to, let me get a little bit more paint here. I want it to appear a little lighter right through here. Almost like we got a little light from the sun maybe somewhere. We don't know exactly where it's coming from, but and then I want to get just a tad bit of my Indian yellow. And I'm going to bring it right here on top of that white. Just a little bit. That Indian yellow and that white together should create like a sunshine color. It should be a little different yellow than any of the rest we got up here. I just want a little streak of white through the sky up there. Well, thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. All right, I am going to attempt to move this camera just a tad bit closer to the canvas so you guys don't go to screaming at me. If I get out of angle here, I'll fix it, because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. If you'll notice, I got the camera turned on a different angle tonight. I mean the canvas. And there's a story. It seems like my life is a never-ending story here lately. But there is a story that goes along with why the canvas is turned this way. And if you guys are interested in hearing it, I don't mind telling you, because y'all my family. And I'm sure y'all understand. But last night, and you guys know, I mean, everybody that's been with me since I've been on TikTok, everybody knows how hard I've been pushing my YouTube channel, trying to get to the 1,000 and asking for subscribers and, you know, telling everybody about my deadline, that, you know, my deadline's coming up in, I think, 40 days or something like that. It's getting closer and closer every day. And I decided last night, I said, well, you know, I've been on TikTok a few times, and I've been posting videos on YouTube, but they've been my TikTok videos. And I said, I'm going to go down and I'm going to go live on YouTube tonight. And I'm just going to paint something. And if you saw the video that I got posted on my profile of the barn sitting out in the little meadow, that's the one I started painting last night. And all right, let me tell y'all what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to make up a sand color. I'm gonna take some white, then I'll get back on my story. I'm going to take some white. I'm going to grab some cad yellow. And I'm going to grab some dark sienna. And if this don't end up dark enough, I will put a little bit of Van Dyke in. Again, those colors were cad yellow, dark sienna, and titanium white. In case I got anybody writing stuff down. I like to watch because I recently started painting. Oh, I'm not fixing to quit, Lee Morgan. I'm gonna paint this entire painting. I'm not done by long ways. All right, now that I'm mixing this color up, let me get back to telling y'all my story here. I decided I was going to come down last night and paint a painting for YouTube Live. So I set everything up, got the camera set up, everything was looking great. I mean, it was. Because on YouTube, I can actually use my camera, not my phone. And got everything set up. Started painting. Everything was going great. I mean, the paint was doing what I wanted it to do. And if you were a painter, you know when you're in that groove and things are just falling in your lap, you know, you're like, yeah, tonight's a good night. Well, I don't know if it was that cockiness or what it was, or that, you know, that moment of pleasure I was having, that everything was going good. But I got to doing the barn, and I'm going to tell you something. That was a disaster. I could not get that barn to come out of these brushes and that knife. It just wasn't going to do it. No matter how hard I tried, I could not get that barn to do right. So when I started my channels, that channel and this channel, I told everybody right from the beginning that the one thing I would always do is keep it real. I'm not going to try to do something up here and hide it and go back and try to edit it or nothing like it. If I mess up, y'all see it. I mean, that's just the way it is. And one thing messing up will allow is it will allow you to see how something's fixed. Now, not to say I want to mess up, because that's not my goal when I set out to paint. But we're humans, and everything's just not going to work out perfect every time. And I learned that the hard way last night. Hey, MC, how are you, man? And so at one point during the painting, I just said, you know something? I've always said, if it's not going right, just scrape it off and start over. So I did. I scraped the entire barn off. Now, mind you, this was probably an hour and a half or maybe even longer into the paint. And the people that had stuck there was watching. I mean, that's faithful people. You know, that's loyal. When you sit there from the beginning and watch a painting that long, and you're interactive the whole time, people are talking to you. Hey, Skeet. It's a good night. You know, everything's just fitting the way it should. You know. I got the barn fixed, and the new barn looked a whole lot better. I mean, it was really a good looking barn in my opinion. And right after I got that barn made, I put just a tad bit of the grass under it to cover up, its feet, as Bob always used to say. And the second I got it to where I was fixing to go ahead and start gaining my ground back and getting my confidence back, my camera just, for some reason, well, it wasn't really my camera because it was still recording, but my whole screen just goes black. My whole screen. And I'm like, what the crap happened here? Well, I lost my whole live feed. And, of course, I lost my audience. So I'm checking everything, trying to see what happened, what went wrong. And I can't find nothing. I mean, I don't know what happened. Even today, I don't have a clue what happened. But I went back on for a couple seconds, and I told everybody that did come back in, which was just a very few, that I apologized, and I told them, I said, I think at this point, the best thing to do is for me to just come back and finish this painting tomorrow. And everybody kind of agreed. And hey, Moni, how are you? So I came back down today and I finished the painting up. And I only had one guy that sit there and watched me paint that. And it was awesome because it was like he got a free one-on-one lesson. And me and him sat there and talked, and I muscled through it and finished it up. And then after I got done, I went to cleaning everything up. And my palette, I don't know if you can see it or not, but my palette looks about like it does right now. Except the colors were a lot more smeared because I've been working out of them. I dropped something in the floor, and I bent down to get it, and I never thought about that palette laying where it was. And I turned my head sideways to where I could see behind, because I'm like sitting in a little area right here. And I bent my head around as it was going down, and I face planted that palette with all that paint. So when I raised up, I had every color that you see in that painting on the side of my head and all in my ear. I mean, it was a disaster. So, I thought, crap. So I went and got it all off. I said a few words. I'm still a Christian, but I did say a few words. And no picture, Moni. Of course not. I said I'd share everything that happens on the screen on here, not outside of there. But I managed to get it all off because baby wipes, let me tell you guys, if y'all don't use them, you may want to think about keeping them within reach. Because believe me, mine are within reach. I can grab mine on a moment's notice now. They come in so handy for getting off wet paint. So I sit there and I scrubbed the side of my face because I knew good and well if I went up, my wife seen it, I'd never live that down. I'd have to explain to her what had happened. So, luckily, baby wipes for life. Thank you. I couldn't agree more. Hey, Fitz. Thank you for that gift, Moni. I appreciate that. Well, you don't need evidence, Moni. That's just it. I don't want you to have no evidence. All right, I'm coming up here right now, and I am going to dip my brush into some Van Dyke Brown, and I'm gonna call that my horizon line right there, where the sand meets the sky. I want to come up here. I'll start about right here. And I just want to come across and just kind of hey, Fitz. I'll come across here. Just do me some little some little shapes across here. Bring it down. And I want to bring this back across. All right, if I miss a question or something, y'all, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just trying to keep straight lines up here and hold my breath at the same time. So don't feel hard at me. Oh, y'all got a conversation going. We all right. Everything's good. Okay. All right. I just want these to appear far off back here. And I'm probably gonna leave them in the silhouette shape because they are so far back that I really think they would probably be silhouetted back here. Put a little bit of dark color under them, like it's casting a shadow out here on the desert floor. Just a little bit. And the shadow's about like a reflection in the water. It don't have to be perfect. You just want something to kind of give the impression that it's there. Like so. Because I think if that bright light was back here, it'd cast a shadow off that rock structure there. All right. Then I'm gonna pick up just a little bit, a very, very little bit of the yellow on the same brush. I'm just still using that filbert. And I want to come across just say about the top of it in a couple of places back here. I want to MC, I just glanced over and saw that. I don't know. I mean, y'all having a conversation, so who are you talking to? If you're talking to me, I really appreciate that. That's quite the compliment. And if you're not talking to me, well, whoever you sent it to, that's still quite the compliment to them. All right, just a little bit of this yellow. And I don't want it everywhere back here. I just want it in a couple places. because this is one of them deals where you basically gonna have to see the painting to even tell it's back there. Well, buddy, I appreciate that. That is, like I said, that is an awesome compliment. Thank you very much. Uh, I'll say this: when I first started painting on TikTok, I was worried to death. I think I even told everybody that night that I was nervous, and everybody just, oh man, everybody was just so nice, and I mean, it was unreal how comfortable everybody made me feel, and I wasn't uh, I wasn't nervous anymore. I kind of felt like I was among friends. And I know I'm getting in a habit here lately of referring to y'all as my family, but I don't mean anything by that offensive when I say that. It's just that you guys make me feel like I'm in your home and I'm welcome, and I don't know, it feels like family. You're exactly right, Coach. It is amazing. That is a good word to describe it. Amazing. I enjoyed watching you guys paint the other night on Eve's the little quad duet or quad. I don't. What would you call it? You can't call it a duet because that's two. A quadet. The four-way painting you guys did. That was a lot of fun. It looked like it was anyway. It was fun watching it. I'll say that. The only thing that confused me, and that's because I don't know you guys like everybody else did. I couldn't keep up with whose voice was talking. Uh, at first, it took me a few minutes to catch on to who was that. And now Eve's voice wasn't mistaken. I mean, there ain't no mistaking Eve. I knew exactly who was talking when Eve was talking. And do not tell Eve I said that, please. uh, but I really did. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I like the fact that you guys had a theme, and all of y'all were painting into that theme. That was pretty cool. All right, now that I got that little area right here in the shadow, I'm going to take my little blender brush here, and I want to come up here and just kind of softly blend across it, real soft, because I don't want to have all these hard lines since it is a shadow. I want it to kind of be soft. Not like that. Yeah, I heard her say something about you guys had plans to do it again. That's pretty cool. I just wish I could figure out what's going on with this TikTok platform, because you can start out with 70 or 80 people watching you paint, and then the next thing you know, you're down to like 10 or 12. Like right now, we're down to 18. Not that that's a bad thing, but it just makes you feel like you're doing something wrong when you lose 50 something people. So I don't know what you do in a situation like that. I really don't. Alright, I'm going to come over here now and I'm going to grab some of my Van Dyke Brown. And I'm going to come in about that far. And then I want to kind of want to drop down a little bit. And I don't want that flat across here. I want to come back and put some little ridges up here. I want to come in here now and I want to kind of drop down here and I don't know a lot about it, Coach, I'll say that. And I want to just bring this down. I want to leave a lot of these ridges and stuff like that in this. And drop down again. And then just start pulling this color down across here. Just fill that in like so. Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna come up here, scrape this out as best I can now. I'm gonna get as much of this paint out as I can with this knife. I love that sound. That's got to be one of my favorite sounds right there. Alright. Put some little kickouts down at the bottom through here. Alright. Now I got me a napkin laying up here that I've been saving. So I'll just come up here now and just wipe some of this color away. Alright, now I'm going to make me up another color. I'm going to take some more of the titanium white. And I'm going to get a little bit more of the Indian yellow. And mix these two colors together right here. And just get me a pretty good sunshine color going. Alright, now I'm going to come over here and pick me up a little fan brush. This is a number 3 fan brush. And I'm just going to put a little of this color on my fan brush. I don't want a lot on it to start with. That color I just made. Because I got to come up here and test this color. If this ain't what I'm looking for, I'll have to change it. Alright. I'm going to come right out to the edge out here. And just real lightly pull this color across. Yeah, that's not too bad. I can get away with that. Alright. So I'll come up here now and just real lightly come up here and start pulling in a little of this color up here along the side. Now I'm bouncing my brush around just a tad. If you didn't see me doing that, I am just a little bit. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I'm just like I said, just kind of shaking that brush around a little bit, just here and there, just like so. All right, then I'm going to come back up to the top up here. And I want to touch this color across the top. I don't want it to come down real far. I just want it to light that top up there. Then I'm going to come and knock all of this color that I can out without washing it right here on my paper towel. Get all this color out. And then I want to come back down the other, just right outside the line that I just made right there. I want to come out here and I want to touch the Van Dyke brown and bring it into it and just blend them together. Just that very outside line, bring it right into the Van Dyke brown and just blend that harsh line away. That's all I want to do. To where it just looks like that light's just melting across the rock. I don't want it to look like some guy was sitting in his studio and came in here and painted it on. I want it to look like it just melted across there. And it's not going to do that if I don't kill that harsh line out there. So we got to get rid of that. So with that being said, we got to come back up here and get on that outside line and do away with that coloring book look. Because that just ain't going to work if we don't get rid of that dark line. It's just going to look like you got a line up here you was trying to stay in while you was painting it. Now, if you're ever doing a painting or anything and you got a hard line like that on your shadow side, it's not as important. But on your light side, you just don't really want a hard line on your light side. Because, like I said, it looks like you were just trying to stay within your lines while you was painting. You know, kind of like we did in school when we was coloring. Teacher would always say, stay inside the lines, don't get outside the lines. And now here it is, 50 years later, you got some old man telling you, just get right outside the line. You know, I guess that's just a part of life. Now, if you had to go across it twice, or even 3 times. Don't let that don't let that worry you none. You're not doing anything wrong by going back. I used to be real guilty if I tried to do something at first with this paint. I'd say, man, how come it ain't working for me? Well, because that just ain't how paint works, you know. Instead of me telling the paint what to do, I found out it works way better if I just let the paint tell me what it wants me to do. We seem to have much better results when the paint just compromises. Just like that. Now the one thing what I was doing right there, it was every time I pull that down and get a little of that dark color on my brush, I was coming back over to my paper towel, washing that off, and I didn't tell y'all that, and I should have. All right, now I'm gonna come back up here, and I'm gonna come over and just very lightly pull this color in places. Just kind of lightly pull it back, real light. That way we don't have a buildup of paint out here. And everything just looks smooth. That's the key right here. You want this highlight to look smooth. The smoother you can make this highlight look right in here on this outside edge, the better off you're gonna be. Now later on over here, we're gonna want it to look rough. But right now, we want this outside edge to be smooth. All right, now we'll come in here. And we'll just real light, just start working it down. We can move it around and pull it over. Just pull it over as far as you need to get it to just kind of blend away and go away back there. If you go to picking up too much brown, you can flip the brush over if you need to. But now pulling this around like this will give this rock out here a roundness. This one right here, it'll make it look like it's round. I'm gonna come right here into a little bit of the red. And I'm gonna drag some red in here. I'm gonna let this red and yellow kind of mix right in here just a tad, just a little bit. That way if it decides it wants to turn to orange, that's fine. It'll have that rust look to it. You know them old desert rocks with iron in them out there sit and they'll get that old rusty look sometime? Well, I ain't never seen a desert in my life, but I've seen it on TV. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to come up here and grab just a little bit of my blue. And I'm going to bring this blue in because blue is real good shadow color and it's kind of cold. So we want to bring some of this blue in and put in here as a base color. Because believe it or not, it'll show up even over the brown. It will show up. So we'll put some blue in here. Because we're going to have some shadows in here in a few minutes. All right, I'm going to wash that brush right quick now. Then I'm going to pick up my little blender brush again. And I just want to come up here and blend this. Just blend this shadow back. And just let it, the reflection back, or the highlight back. I'll get it right in a minute. And just let it come into the blue right there. Just like so. And that's just a real light blend right there. That's all I'm doing. And just hit these spots that's got a lot of paint built up on them. And pull them back, make them look like that light's just pouring over back here. Around the circle. But now you shouldn't really be able to see much of the other side of the rock. So once we get everything in position to where this is the front of our little formation here, like that, then we can come in here and start sculpting it and actually making it look like rocks now. Alright, here we go. I'm going to grab my little knife now. And I'm going to come over here and get me some dark sienna. I want to pick me up some of this. I'm going to try some of this new red we got. I'm kind of liking this phthalo rose red, he called it. That's a pretty color. Alright, and I want to put just a little bit of white in this color. Not much at all, just a little. I don't want my red to pink down, that's the thing. We went through all the problems of putting liquid clear up here so we didn't tone our colors down. So we don't want to do it down here on the palette ourselves. Alright, so I'm going to come and get just a little small roll of this color I just mixed up. And I'm going to come right up here and just ever so lightly just touch it on in places. Now don't forget, we've already come up here with this blue. So wherever that blue is, if we keep that color kind of where it looks like it's breaking, that blue will show through it. Alright, and I'm gonna come right over here. And when you sculpting this, just keep in mind that, you know, this is just a big boulder. Every now and then, if you want to, you can sneak in just a little bit of plain red and little high spots, you know, just to add a little bit of little bit of flavor in here, and just kind of move it around a little here and there, and just let that paint come off wherever it wants to, because we're going to come back and add some more things in here in a little bit and take some more things out. But our main goal right now is we want to get a roughness in here to where we got something to work with. And that's what we get by just coming up here bouncing this color around in here. Because everywhere we're doing this, we're going to come back and add a shadow here in a little bit. And by adding that shadow, or that other color, it'll give our rocks a more rocky look. Alright, then right here, we want this rock to look like it's its own little separate deal sitting out here. And we'll achieve that by adding highlights to it, and then coming back in a few minutes, putting some more color on it, about like so. Well, thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. All right, now I want to bring out a little bit more of the Van Dyke Brown and a little bit of the dark sienna. Just bring both of those colors out. A little bit of the blue, and that's phthalo blue, and a little bit more of the white, and just mix these colors all together. I even got that little red color that we just made in here, and I'm just gonna marble all of these colors together. I'm not gonna try to mix them thoroughly, just leave them kind of marble mixed. It's going to give us a bluish tone gray. Alright, now I'm just going to bring that up here, and I'm just going to touch it on up here around the red, and it's going to act like a mid-tone color, because we already got a dark color down as our base. We got the red acting kind of like high spots. We already turned this into a highlight out here on the edge. So now this grayish blue color is just gonna come in here and just act like a little mid-tone color here and there. And if it touches the red and gets some on it, well, that's fine too. Not a thing in the world wrong with that. I'm going to leave this dark right in here because of this other rock out here. Remember, we want this to look like a little separate rock altogether out here. So in order to do that, we got to have a separator. And we're going to use the darkness as our separator. But just real lightly pull this color across. Let the red mix with the gray. You can let it come on out down to the bottom. Ain't a thing in the world wrong with that. Well, Casey, for me personally, I just find oil paint way more forgiving. But now, with that said, there's some guys out there right now doing some amazing stuff with acrylic. And They are, I'm telling you, some of the work they're creating, it's amazing. But for me, like I said, and that's all a preference. Um, it just seems like oil's a little more forgiving, and I guess that's why I prefer working with it. It just lets me mess up more because acrylic once it sets up, it's pretty much a done deal. Or that's the way it always seemed to me. Okay, we got that color on now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get just a little bit more of my white, bring it over and get some dark sienna by itself this time, and mix just white and dark sienna together. These are the only two colors this time. And I'm gonna leave them kind of marble too. So I'll come up here and get that little roll of paint. And now I'm gonna come right out here to the, uh, not all the way out to my shadow, I mean my highlight, but just a little. And I just wanna barely let this color graze over some of it in spots. If you run out of color, just go back and get you some more. But I just wanna real lightly come out here and just let this new color we're bringing up here, just let it touch and just pull right off the knife. Well, like I said, it is, that's just my opinion, but it really, for me, it's just so much more forgiving. I was just telling a story before I started tonight about the YouTube painting I posted last night on YouTube. How I messed that painting up and had to go back and scrape it off and fix the barn. So if you get a chance, check out my YouTube page. And because I do need subscribers over there anyway. And it's Painting with Harold. And I've got over 200 videos over there that are step-by-step tutorials that might even give you some help on your oil painting journey. But you can go back with that oil paint and clean up so many mistakes. All right, now we got this color on. Well, Casey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. My time's running out on getting my 1,000, and if I don't get them before October, then I start losing subscribers daily, and that's gonna bite. Okay, this part right here, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pain in the butt, but it has to be done. I'm going to take my little blending brush and I'm going to come up here, and this is just the pressure that I'm gonna be using right here is so light that I can't even explain it to you. It's almost like you're not even touching the paint. It's almost like you're just missing it completely. And the only reason you know you're touching it is because you see it move. That's the only way you know you're touching this paint. But I'm knocking down all of those real high spots. And I want to bring these colors together and just kind of let them blend back here and give this rock a kind of a smoothness to it. And I know what you're thinking, a smooth rock, but yeah, basically that's what I'm doing. And like I said, this is such a light touch. Yeah, Kathleen, on YouTube. Now, I don't want to kill that little dark separator right there. I want to leave it. I just want to pull these colors together very lightly and make them look kind of blurred out. And hi, Devika. Is that a how are you good night, or is that a you leaving good night? Well, good for you, Kathleen. Welcome to the painting world, to the oil painting world, that is. All right, then I want to do the same to this. So I'm going to come right in here. Now, the reason I didn't put highlights on this one is because it's over behind this big rock, so I don't feel like the sun's really getting to it. All right, I just want to pull those together and blend it in like so. And then I'll wash my little mop brush here. Kathleen, it's Painting with Harold. Well, thank you very much, Moni. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, that's right, Casey. It is. I forgot. It's linked on my profile in my bio. Sure is. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, the one thing I'm going to do right quick now is I'm going to grab me just a little bit of thinner on my brush, very little, and I'm going to come back up here in my sunshine color now, and I'm going to get a little bit of that color on my script liner, and I'm going to come right up here on this outside line, and I want to add this bright spot back. To the outside here, just like so. And I'll come back in here in a couple places. Like the sun's kind of hitting some high spots back in here. Just here and there. It don't take many. Just a few to make them look like they're protruding out of the rocks is all we're looking for. I did say I was from Mississippi. Not tonight, but I said it last night, or night before last, I think. And then I'll add a little bit right here. I don't think I need to put none in that rock because it's not okay. Now a couple little spots up here. We'll pull them down. We'll just let that look like it's catching a couple high spots in there. About like that. I had a convo with you in Josh's live. I'm also. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now, in fact, Josh, speaking of Josh, and I think it was that same live, invited me to paint with him tonight, but then he said he didn't remember, so I guess that ain't happening tonight. But we're going to have fun painting regardless. Alright, now I'm going to take me another little soft brush. And I'm going to come back over these lines I just put in. And just kind of softly blend them down. In places. I'm not going to try to get rid of all of them. I just want them to look like they kind of disappear behind some of these rocks up here. But I still want these to look like little high spots back here too, so I don't want to kill them all. Something about like that's what I'm looking for. Okay. What's up, Jim? Oh, the big daddy. I don't know about all that, man. All right. Now, I am going to come back over here into the color I made for my sand. And I'm going to pull a little of it to the side. And I'm going to add just a little bit more dark sienna to it right here. Just a little. I want it to be just a little bit darker than this sand here. You doing all right tonight? All right, then I'm going to take me another fan brush. Get a little of that color on my fan brush. And I'm going to come right here along my little rock bottom right here. And I'm going to tap some of this color up on my rocks. Get this out of the way. Oh man, I'm doing great tonight. After last night's fiasco, I'm doing great. I'm with my family tonight. I'm painting. I'm having fun. I'm going to tap. I'm just tapping this color along the bottom. And that can be a little darker back here. Because like we said, the sun's not hitting back here. I just want it to look like the sand's kind of piled up around the foot of it. Like the wind's been blowing out there in our desert. And it's pushed that sand over against our rocks. And then we'll come over here and just kind of fan it out into our existing desert color out here. Not to mention this will it'll kind of serve as a little bit of shadow. But it'll also give us that impression that we've got a little bit of sand piled up back here. And I figure most of our shadow's gonna come back this way, but we'll just pull some of this out because, you know, one of these clouds back here could have caught the sun and caused this shadow. We don't really know what caused it. We probably don't want to know, to tell you the truth. It might have been old Bigfoot or something. Well, thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. I'm usually on earlier than this, but I got a late start tonight, so I apologize for that. All right, then I want to just take my blender and just kind of pull that color across and just let it blend right into my sand out here. Just real light. Vicky B, how are you? Your work is good, love it, except your trees need more detail, so don't look so bushy. Okay, Lynn, thank you very much. I will look into that. All right, you got to come off there, little piece. My daughter took a paint class in town. Both painted, and you have to see. Oh no, I'm not a big fan of acrylic. Oil is just way more forgiving. Well, I think you'll enjoy it, Kathleen. I really do. It's quite the adventure, painting is, and I love it. Her birthday's Monday. She's going to be 31. Kind of down in the dumps. Well, good for you, Vicky. I'm excited for you, Kathleen. I love to see anybody getting into it. Hi, niece. How are you? Oh, thank you very much. Oh, Lord. That was funny. Oh, all right. Well, thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. All right, I'll get my filbert brush clean now. The big 66. I got a few years to go before I get there, but not many more. All right, I'm gonna come right here and grab me just a tad bit of my midnight black color. Now, if you've ever used any Bob Ross paint, you'll know that his midnight black color has a little bit of lavender in it. And it's not a true black. It's, like I said, it's got a little bit of lavender in it, so. All right, I'm gonna come back here, just above the horizon, back here. Way off in the distance. I'll build a little cactus way back there, which it kind of looks like an angel standing. Oh my God. Thank you for being here, Vicky. I appreciate it. All right, let me see if I can dress this up a little bit because it just did not go as I'd planned. Okay, that looks a little more like a cactus. Whew. That one had me kind of worried, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a real distant cactus back here, so let's kind of fade him out some. That way maybe won't nobody realize that I've never seen a cactus in my life. Kathleen, I am actually giving away a Bob Ross set, a master set, when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I know you'll win, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. I never know who's going to win these drawings. I have no say in it. Badlands by Delta Ray. I'll have to look that song up. Angel Mirage. Well, now it kind of don't. Yes, you did, John. Now it kind of don't look like an angel, so. But that was a good idea. Thank you for it. If I ever do that again, I got a name now. So where are we at on likes tonight? Are y'all trying to tear your thumbs up? Or am I even getting any likes tonight? Who knows? After last night, if didn't nobody ever like me again, I can understand why. Because, oh God, last night was a mess. I felt like an ostrich wanting to hide his head in the sand. Well, John, I'm glad you like it, man. I really am. All right. I'm going to come over here and get me a little bit more of a Van Dyke Brown now. And I'll come right here. Well, Jenny, I understand that. I believe if I'd done that much, that's exactly what I'd be doing. I'd be somewhere else trying to find somebody else painting too. But now I'm gonna tell you, I love painting. I really do. But sometimes, uh, sometimes painting can turn out to be a lot of work. People don't believe that, but it can. I'll get this one. What kind of fundraiser are you doing, John? I mean, I'm sure it's for the fire department, but is it just for you guys' equipment or? Because I've got some information that might be real important to you, something you might want to know. uh, when it comes to safety gear, that's what my wife does. She has been doing that for, oh my God, 30 years. She sells safety equipment and safety supplies all over the world. Now, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but I think they have a pretty good source on fire department type stuff. Now, any other night she'd be in here listening or watching, and then tonight, of course, she's not in here, so now I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but I know she sells safety equipment, and I do know she sells it to fire departments because I've heard her. Well, I've seen some of the stuff that screen prints have fire department on it. She don't actually do the screen printing, but some of the stuff that was screen printed at their where they work at. Now I don't want to promise that she can save you money because I don't get into the money part of it or none of that kind of stuff. But she might be able to. You never know. Thank you, Kathleen. All right, now I'm gonna try to do something here. I don't know how this is gonna work out for me. So if this don't work out for me, y'all, I'm sorry. But I put this arm a little wide so I could come in here, and I'm gonna try to pull this one down, straight down like so, because I want it to look like it's coming out and going away from me. So if I achieve that, then that's a touchdown. And if I didn't achieve it, it's Jenny's fault. Because she come up in here throwing me all off that uncle talk. So it's Jenny's fault if this didn't work. A new ambulance. Okay, cool. Well, that'd be awesome. I hope you guys get it. So, what are you? Are you raffling off some paintings, or you selling some paintings? All right, I got to catch another gear here. I'm gonna slow down too much. I'm gonna clean that little fan brush I was using earlier, that number 3. Clean it and get it good and dry. We have a silent auction, a beanbag tournament, and a real cook-off. Oh man. I really wish I could help you with that rib cook-off. Which must be part of the music. It just fits, by the way. Delta Ray. Jenny, I am gonna have to look that song up. I'm not familiar with it for some reason. And that's unlike me not to be familiar with a song. All right, I'll come up here with this little fan brush. This is a number 3. All right. And I want to come out right here behind this little rock. Oh wow. Elijah one. Jenny, are you okay tonight? in here speaking foreign languages. It's so simple of a bar wire strand with the detail in it. Huh. Well, I'll be. Well, that was awful nice of him to donate that. Me and you may get together and see what, when is this event? Oh crap, it's tomorrow. Well, I was gonna say that me and you might get together, and if I could help, I might could get a paint down there to you. I don't know if anybody'd be interested in one of them or not, but it would have been worth a shot, I guess. I didn't. If I'd have known about it beforehand, I would have definitely done something for you. Tried to help y'all out with it. Because I do know those ambulances are not cheap. $300,000? I knew that wasn't cheap. Kathleen asked, are y'all gonna be doing any kind of online, like TikTok bidding or anything? To where people online might can buy something? Nope. Well, that left us out again. John just does not want us involved in his sale, no matter how hard we try to help. Alright, I'm just making a path now that looks like it goes back here and goes behind the big rock. It just kind of disappears. Florida. Well, that was awful nice of you to offer to help Kathleen. Well, that's what I was saying, John. I really wish I could help you. Now, in the future, if you have a rib cook-off and you need some secret rub or something that would just about help you win it, holler at me. I used to own a barbecue restaurant. And I know a thing or two about ribs. Alright, I'm going to get just a little bit of my highlight color here. Oh no, don't tell them secrets, Jenny. Not even to my kin folks. My wife don't even know that recipe. That is a highly guarded secret. I have had people beg me to enter competitions and stuff, and I've never done it. And I always tell them I make ribs to cook. I mean to eat, not to judge. Oh, you probably don't need no help then, John. You've already got you some wins under your belt. I may need to be asking you for some help. All right, we just want that sun to look like it's hitting our path here in a couple little spots. Now I got to come back up here and add yeah, I can understand that. There's nothing ever wrong with a new concept. I do understand that. Suggest for a good rub on some ribs. It's always good to try new things. Oh, you've tried his ribs? Is that Marty? Marty? Marty. I like the way that's spelled. E-E. Two briskets. Yeah, you fixing to have a smoker blazing tomorrow. Oh, Marty is your girlfriend. Okay. Cool. Well, how are you, Marty? Glad to meet you. John, Jenny there is asking for some suggestions on reels. That's up to you if you want to help her or not. You know, when you get to a painting that looks this good and it's that simple, it's just something makes you want to do more to it, and you stand a chance on messing up. And that's what's sad, because I could stop right here and that would be a good painting. But it just needs something. Birds, yeah. He could use a couple birds up in the sky. I agree with that. I probably will do that. That's a good suggestion, Kathleen. A tumbleweed, also a very good suggestion. Back here, rolling across the desert. That would be pretty. Is that Care? Now let me say your name wrong. Well, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. I tell you what this might end up being. This might be Hey, Mambo. This might be one of those paintings that I come back in here and finish up another or start another live on, like tomorrow or yeah, probably tomorrow. Leave it where it's at tonight and do a little studying on it, because I may come in here with a big cactus and do me some research on tumbleweeds and add me a little tumbleweed back here and maybe put a little bit, not a real huge one, but another cactus over in this area somewhere, and look at some desert shrubs to come along the trail. What do y'all think? And the birds. What do y'all think about that? Y'all think that would look good? Well, I don't know about a skull, Kathleen. That would be drawing, and I don't know how to draw. Not to mention, I don't want to scare nobody. I am going to do a Halloween painting soon, though. So I may have to look into how hard it is to do skulls. A cow skull. Oh, man. That would be wicked looking. Yeah, I definitely need to look into how hard it'd be to draw a cow skull. Yeah, a cow skull laying back somewhere. Just, oh, that's a good idea. I need to be writing these ideas down. Not hard? Okay. Okay, so let's see where we at here. Make sure we're all on the same page. I'll add some birds in the sky. I'll come back and I'll just cut off part of the mountain. That way I ain't got to come through all of this heavy paint. Just come through here, stand the cactus up here, and put like a little desert shrub around it, and maybe indication of some shrubs around these two. I'll figure out how to do that cow skull and maybe lay it over here right off the path somewhere. And some kind of little shrubs around the path. And then another medium-sized cactus over here. Did I forget anything? Oh, and the tumbleweed. And I'll try to come in kind of early tomorrow, earlier, like maybe in the afternoon, go back live and come back and just try to finish it up and add all of those factors to it and see what it looks like. Because with everything being wet tonight, I don't want to mess it up, because I don't do many desert scenes. This is my second one, and it's turning out fairly well. And I don't want to mess it up. But I think with all the things y'all want to put in it, I think that would be gorgeous against that rock up front. What against the rock, Mambo? I missed the first part of your comment. Thank you, Amy. Is it Amy or Amil? Amy P? Y'all kill me with the names. A space shield. Come on, Mambo. Everybody knows that's Josh's thing. Josh does the spaceships. Oh, the skull against the rocks. Laid up here in the shadow, kinda. Okay. Yeah, it probably would look better over there by the rocks, come to think of it. better than just laying out in the middle. Like a coyote carried it over there, and that's where he ate it at. Like he just drug it off over there behind them rocks. That's a good idea. Okay. Could be just a hint of a skull. Well, like I said, I'll do some research on how hard it's going to be to do one. I don't think it'll be that hard. And I don't think it's be real hard to do some desert shrubs, because I'm pretty sure they're just going to be some old dried up looking stuff. And a tumbleweed shouldn't be nothing but just a circle with a bunch of lines through it, really. Half buried in the sand, like the sand is blown over it. Kathleen, that's a good idea. And when it laid back there in that shadow like that, it already looks like I put some blowed in snow. Oh, this thing's going to be beautiful when we get through with it. All right, so just so I'm on the right path here, we're going to put a large cactus here with a skull over here, a bovine skull, half covered in sand. We're going to bring another medium-sized cactus over here somewhere, but I don't want it in a straight line with these. I want it offset. But if I come to, I don't know, I may bring it closer to this one. Birds in the sky, some shrubs around the trail, around the little path, and a tumbleweed. Well, niece, you take care of yourself. Have a good photography session. They quit bidding on it, conservative. Hey, Sunshine, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, did I forget anything, guys? Because y'all going to have me doing my homework tonight on all of these items y'all want added. But it's those little details like that will probably help it sell when I get it on the Etsy store. Oh, and for everybody that just came in that's new, please consider going to my YouTube page. And I mean, even if you don't watch my videos, which I wish you would, but even if you don't, just hit that subscribe button for me, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 and my time is running out. And I'm down to like, I think 39 days, and I'm 100 and, I don't know, 100 and something away still. So that puts me at needing about 4 a day. And it's Painting with Harold. And the link is in my bio on my profile, so Kathleen, thank you very much. I think somebody else said they did too, or they were going to. But y'all have gave me some homework to do tonight, so I will do some studying on it and come back in here tomorrow and add those details. And we will. You sure did, Mumbo. You sure did. Thank you very much for that. And you're still my only subscriber, Mumbo. Thank you for that. I didn't even know what subscriber was, but you became one. Let you know about the Bob Ross? As far as what, Kathleen? The details on it, or? Yeah, she subscribed. Yeah, the 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a Bob Ross master set to one of my subscribers. They have to be a subscriber to win it. And one of my drawings I did, the girl was a subscriber, but she backed out, or she dropped it. You know, she unsubscribed, and she would have won $70, but she lost because she wasn't a subscriber anymore. So you never know. And that Bob Ross set that I'm giving away, it's very nice. It's not the little basic one. It's the one that comes with the oh goodness, the palette, everything. Not the palette. What's it called? Yeah, the palette. Hey, DK. Comes with paint. Comes with every brush. It comes with the palette, I know. And I think it even comes with a canvas. I think it comes with liquid white. What's wrong, DK? You can't just come in and drop a bomb on us like that. What's going on? You okay? Oh my goodness. Well, do you know what's wrong, or? Because you said for a while, like, you know, the treatment's gonna be kind of lengthy. We'll be admitted into the hospital tomorrow. Well, brother, we will be praying for you, man. I hate to hear that. I'm sorry. I hope they figure it out. I hope they get it fixed in a very timely manner. Oh man, no. Mm. I'm speechless, DK. You just knocked all the wind out of my sails, man. Mm, that's right. That's right. Give it to God. Okay, people. I can't. After that, there's no way I'm gonna be festive the rest of this night. Uh, so let me say good night to all you guys. I love y'all. Uh, be in prayer for DK. Hey, don't be sorry, man. No, don't ever be sorry for telling us that. No, nuh-uh, don't even say sorry. I'm glad you trusted us enough to tell us that. I will be back tomorrow, and we'll play around with this, and we'll get it. DK, send me a message on here, and I'll send you my personal phone number, and so we can keep in touch, brother. Because I say it all the time, but I mean, you know, y'all like family. All right, guys, I'm just gonna bypass the close up tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I love you guys. God loves you more, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. DK, you in the prayers, man. You in our prayers.